Hi guys and welcome back to the Horror Channel. Today we've got a brand new video from Nuke's Top 5, or whatever number you want to give him. Last time it was 7 for some reason. Anyway, this one is called Scary Videos That You Simply Can't Unsee. You can't unsee. Let's check it out. Okay, Nuke's Top whatever. Let's get it. Let's see why we can't unsee this.
Late one evening in Philadelphia,
10.
Pennsylvania, Heather Paul is outside on her front porch having some ice cream with her husband and her 2 sons.
Her husband looks a bit young. Husband looks a bit like a kid to me. Sorry, I'll stop with the sarcasm now.
Then, Heather suddenly spots something that absolutely creeps her out.
Okay. The ice cream was dark chocolate.
There's like little mosquitoes.
Because chocolate's ice cream's wrong.
Kind of going on.
Ooh. Ooh.
What? What did you say? What did you say, Mommy? I can't hear you.
Who does? The lady in white? Was that a real person then?
So you get all musty.
Who's edited this video?
You can't tell me it's not good.
That's just
Heather
someone walking
whispers,
past.
"She scares me," to her husband and children, but they have no idea what she's talking about. Neither her husband or sons can see the bizarre figure dressed in white that is walking down the sidewalk only about 20 feet away. Heather says that the woman looked like, quote, a lady dressed like a nurse from the 1950s with an eerie grin on her face. Heather is now freaked out.
Okay.
She can't understand why no one else saw the strange nurse. So she checks the footage from their front door security camera, and sure enough, the recording also shows a creepy pale figure walking right by.
So how come she can see it? How come the Ring doorbell camera can see it, but the other people in this family can't? Because if the camera's picked it up, it's there.
It just immediately creeped me out, so I just kind of like jumped.
But it gets even weirder, because you see, Heather lives only a mile away from a notorious old abandoned mental asylum.
Okay.
The Philadelphia State Hospital at Byberry.
It's always a mental
So a
asylum,
little
isn't it?
backstory, I live about a mile from where Byberry State Hospital used to be. This is one of the,
She sees
I'm pretty
dead
sure,
people.
the most notorious mental hospital in the country. A lot of abuse went on there. There was lobotomies performed on patients. There was experiments performed on patients. A lot of them lost their lives because they were just treated so horribly. The conditions that that hospital was in was so inhumane, and no human should have ever had to go through what these patients went through, and these people just needed help. It's just very sad. They were so overcrowded, like the nurse to patient ratio was just extreme.
With 2 student nurses and maybe 3 attendants, we have all we can do to bathe the patients, get them to cafeteria, take them to the doctors, give them their medications, and try to keep the place clean.
I mean, the way she was talking then, I'd swear that she'd been taking that medication. You know what I mean? We get the medication, then we get them to the doctors, and then... It's fucking hell.
When I was a kid growing up, we used to definitely go in there, and it was really scary. Like the second you walk on the grounds, you just feel like it's cold, it's not normal, it feels weird. Like you can tell somebody's watching you. There's underground tunnels underneath, so we used to run around them too, and they used to use those tunnels to transport bodies. And there was still those like metal slab beds that they were still down there when we went in there, like, you know, in the 2000s. I felt my arm grabbed in there once, and I moved my flashlight because I thought it was my friend, and my friend was like over there, and I'm like, oh my God.
But this story gets even weirder still. Heather's dad lived in the...
Can I just pick on upon something, right? You Americans, yeah? Right? Why'd you call it a flashlight? Because it stays on. It doesn't flash. Why'd you call it a flashlight? I'm really interested to know why it's not called just a torch. Or a light.
But this story gets even weirder still.
Go.
Heather's dad lived in the same house as a boy When Heather shows her dad the creepy footage, he tells her that a woman named Linda used to live in the house next door. And during the 1950s, Linda was a nurse at the old Byberry Mental Hospital.
Right.
So did Heather catch the ghost of a nurse from the old abandoned hospital?
She's looking for the
if
meds.
not, why could no one else see the strange woman walking down the sidewalk? Ho ho, no.
What do you reckon? Real or fake? In the American terminology, I call cap on that one. I think it's fake.
Cara Messina lives in an old house in New York State that was built in the 1800s and has a very tragic past. In the early to mid 1800s, the house was part of the Underground Railroad, a network for fugitive slaves seeking freedom.
Right.
Slaves escaping the South were forced to hide under the house to avoid capture by authorities. Because of its dark history, Cara believes that the house might be haunted, and she says that while her family has lived there, they have had, quote, some ghostly activity through the years. So one day, Cara and her daughter are just relaxing around the house, and they start to hear a very strange sound coming from the basement.
It's always the
So
basement.
for the last 20 minutes, I've been sitting on my couch, and it's been dead silent, and all of a sudden I hear Santa, and I thought it was coming from outside, and it's not.
You hit. Hang on a minute. Whoa. Spoiler alert, right? I heard Santa. So she heard, ho, 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 ho. If an adult still believes in Santa, then how is the validity of this story going to go? Do you know what I mean? It's a go-ho hosts.
And this is my basement.
She's going to find a train. Oh. That's where all the Christmas decorations are stored. In this country, we store our Christmas decorations in the attic or the loft. We don't put them downwards because it's damp. Right, okay. She heard, not Santa, not sleigh bells, decorations. What's she got blurred there? Oh, she got a knife. She's got a knife.
Summer.
There's a Chucky doll in amongst the Christmas decorations. What kind of Christmas do these guys have? I see a couple of boxes from Amazon as well. It's Chucky.
Tell me it's in the same box as Chucky right now.
There you go. A bride of Chucky.
What? Yeah, it's in there.
Wanna play?
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months. And it's off.
Cara's daughter flips through a box, which ironically contains 2 old Chucky dolls.
Yeah.
Only to find that a Santa figurine has suddenly activated itself and is just talking away, even though the power switch is turned off. But there's something even weirder here that video viewers noticed after this clip was uploaded. Because, did you hear it?
No.
Right, but it hasn't been touched, and all of a sudden, after all of these months.
No, stop.
And it's off.
Just as the Santa doll
Don't-
is picked
no,
up and
stop.
suddenly stops talking, it can be heard seeming to frantically yell, "No, stop!"
Is
So
it
is
definitely
Cara's
no
basement
stop?
haunted? Is the little Santa doll possessed by some wayward spirit? Or is it all just a very odd coincidence? You decide.
I am
Ghost.
unsure. But I tell you what, props to her for going down there with a blade. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. Chucky dolls, man.
One morning, a woman named Cheyenne is taking care of her 2-year-old daughter
Okay.
when the little girl says something very strange.
Yeah.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
Hey, she's not scared.
Oh,
Your daddy's missing you.
my daddy's missing me.
That's your tail.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In you.
Okay, show me.
Her daughter seems to be referring to Cheyenne's dad, which is odd because not only has her daughter never met her granddad, but even Cheyenne herself was only just a toddler when her father
Get rid
passed
of the
away.
child.
So Cheyenne shows her daughter a picture, and the little girl confirms that it's the man she saw in the hallway of their house.
Yes? Yes, it looks like that.
Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Hot.
A heart?
Daddy. Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
2 days later, and it happens again.
Go on.
Don't see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
Come on.
Dryer scared the life out of me.
The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Oh, my own.
Cheyenne says that her daughter still occasionally talks to the entity that the little girl now refers to as, quote, Daddy Ghost. But
Okay.
Cheyenne says that some online comments have scared her a bit.
She calls him Daddy Ghost. She's only had an experience like that 2 or 3 times. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, I try to capture it on video. I also had a lot of comments saying that it wasn't like something nice. It was something mean.
Yeah, but was Granddad mean? I mean, kids of that age, you can't get them to fake it, can you? I'm always on the fence when it comes to a kid being like 2 or 3 years old, however old this kid is.
Freaked me out, so don't say that again. A lot of people were telling me don't communicate with it. I'm not. I'm scared. She is, and she doesn't understand. So, tell him, Mabel.
So is Cheyenne's daughter seeing the ghost of her granddad stopping by for a visit? What do you think? A grave situation. Stopping by for a visit?
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I'm gonna put a pin in that. I'm unsure. Because 1, I'm a skeptic, and 2, I feel like kids like that age, like dogs, you can't just manipulate them into acting like that.
What do you think? A grave situation. A young woman named Britt lives on a large horse ranch in the mountains. She says that lately, things around the ranch have gotten a little strange. Well, actually, they've gotten a lot strange. It all starts one day when Britt's dog Josie just completely freaks out.
So,
We've seen this one.
recording this.
Barking at a wardrobe,
just
innit?
in the
A cupboard door.
off chance that no one believes me.
Yeah.
Maybe I can catch it.
Because those graves have got the grandparents and animals in it and everything,
in
haven't
my
they?
front yard.
Pets.
I was just inside. I'm by myself with my dog.
Yeah, we've seen this one. To be honest, I thought we'd seen this on Nuke's Top 5 already. It must have been bizarre, bub.
You can really hear her working. Josie?
That dog's got
Josie.
really good recall. The dog ain't happy. Yeah.
Man, she's just been staring at that, and then she started barking, and she growled. And when she growled,
hang on a minute. I never thought this last time. Right. The dog's barking at a cupboard. She's outside, turned her phone on while she's outside because she knows the dog's barking at the cupboard, right? So she's come upstairs to show us the dog, video with the dog on her phone. Why is there a second camera in the bedroom? Like in between the two beds. If this isn't set up. Because specifically, why would you have a camera in your bedroom? Not having it. Not having it. I'm not having it.
Booked it, but I don't really know. Like, that's usually like her stance while she's waiting for me to come home, and I'm just like, is she waiting for someone?
She's into freaky shit.
Like, I just don't really know what she's staring at. Because again, like,
probably wondering why there's another camera in bedroom.
When she's waiting for me to come in, and I'm just like, what? What is it? What is it?
That camera. See, there is a camera. You saw the camera then. It's one of those kid cameras, right? But it's not pointing at any bed. If you've got two kids sleeping in that room, you'd have that camera on the wall in the corner pointing downwards, wouldn't you? Let's face it, you won't be sat on a nightstand looking at the feet.
The dog starts ferociously barking at the upstairs bedroom closet for absolutely no reason. But little Josie's strange behavior doesn't stop there. As Britt mentioned, she has a private cemetery in front of her house where some of her family members and also several of their deceased pets are all buried together. Recently, the dog Josie has just started staring at the small graveyard.
Josie. Josie, what's going on?
We're just waiting for the cows.
The horses on the ranch often just stare toward the small cemetery as well.
Well, that's not creepy. Seriously, what are you two looking at?
They gotta get cows here yet.
What is it?
But now, weirdest of all, Britt says that lately the neighbors' cows have started to wander over to her property, and they also just weirdly stand around the small graveyard.
See, this is what I'm talking about. They literally just come and hang out here all the time now.
They're in a mood.
It's newer development.
They're just standing there like statues.
They just kind of come and really breathe.
I find it utterly ridiculous.
In this area. And they just kind of will freeze and won't move.
The neighbours sent the cows over because they don't like her. Maybe they wanted some dairy, Chris. Laughing cow. Pet cemetery. It's where they're going to end up. That's why they stood there. They're going to, like, when they die, them cows, they're going to end up in that pet cemetery. You're going to have to make it bigger. Why has it got a little wall around it and an entrance to the little wall? You can just step over it. I mean, some people are strange burying their loved ones in their own garden. Pets, I get.
What's up?
Britt is confused and a little creeped out by all of the animals' strange behavior. But things are about to take an even more terrifying...
They might have been praying. Do you know what I mean? Us as humans, as animals, might not just be the only ones that, you know, pray. If you believe in that sort of thing. You know, animals could pray as well. And there's crosses there. The horses might be at it. The cows might be at it. The dog's an atheist, so it barks at it. Exactly, Chris. It's only strange behaviour if you say it is.
Turn. One night, Britt orders some food from Uber Eats.
Yes.
The driver is a bit disturbed.
Right, now this bit, because it's still in the same story, this bit I could not explain in the last video. And it looks really, really good.
By the gathered cows at the graveyard, but he completes his delivery. And then things just get weird.
Have some Domino's cookies. Cows are still stood there. Look at him. We are gathered here today to pray to our God, Moses. Oh, it's Taco Bell, isn't it? It's Taco Bell, not Domino's.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. This location is outside, no here. Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah.
Couldn't get in because of the cows.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Have a good night. Oh my God. Yeah, he's a cow.
They're milking it now, aren't they, them cows?
Showing up. No. They come hang out around here every night. Yeah. What would you do if this happened in your house?
Yep. Oh my God. Hi.
She might have beef with him. Stakes are too high.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Every freaking night, like even at night, they even come and hang out here, and they just like stand.
If you give those cows some of that Taco Bell, would you consider it a cowbell? Enough cow jokes now.
They just like stand and like. Are you for real right now?
Someone's in my house. I'm only making jokes because I've seen this before. This is good, this though. I couldn't explain this bit.
Something sets off the alarm inside Britt's house, and as she carefully walks back inside, some unseen force seems to actually grab and pull her shirt. She drops her food in terror and runs back out.
I don't care how scared I got, how scared I was. However, something hit me, blah, 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 grabbed my arm. There ain't no way I'm letting go of that Taco Bell. I'm sitting that, I'm eating that in my motorhome outside. That's exactly what I'm doing. And I would, if I had dropped it, I'd come straight back in for it. I didn't give a shit who was pulling my arm.
Britt says that she was too afraid to return to the house. She spent the rest of the night in the family RV that was parked outside.
I mean, did she suddenly have the keys for the RV on her? Because don't you have keys for an RV like hung up somewhere? You don't have them on you because there's about 20 keys for them things. A likely story. Okay. We've already seen that one clearly. That's why I made so many jokes about it. Right. Number 6. Hunter or hunted?
Hunter or hunted.
Like the
Nick and
Predator.
Ted from the YouTube channel The Hunting Public are out bow hunting on public lands in the remote wilderness of Missouri. Suddenly they hear something that sends chills down their spines. Now, let me say before I show you these clips, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, no one is shown being hurt in the following video. There's absolutely no evidence that any crime was committed in this video or that anyone was injured in any way.
Disclaimer time.
Alright, so, while Nick and Ted are hunting, they hear a gunshot, followed by some insane screaming. They immediately grab their camera and start recording. Now, Nick and Ted are in such a remote area of the Missouri woods that they have no cell service to call the authorities. So, all they can do is listen.
Sounds like the hills have eyes. Does sound eerie. Listen to that.
I keep getting chills all down my back. Yeah. Somebody is screaming at the absolute top of their lungs over there. Very not good obscenities to someone else. I've never witnessed anybody screaming like that.
That's scary in a different way, that.
Something not good's going on.
Someone's not happy. You effing something. I'd believe in, I think.
Nick tries to call someone to report the incident, but they still can't find a spot in the woods with cell service.
We ain't got any service in here, so can't call the police and tell them to go over there.
Why is Ted like tied to a tree?
Sound like something off a dang horror movie over there. I mean, we're just like a guy that's absolutely losing his mind over there.
At this point, Nick and Ted are totally freaked out.
Yeah, time to go.
They just head back to their truck so that they can get out of there and call the police.
I've heard some stuff that I feel needs to be reported to the police department. Okay. I was hunting, me and a buddy were hunting, and at about 6:45, we heard gunshots, which is not uncommon, but then for 30 minutes straight or so, there was lots of screaming and just people, obscenities, and it sounded like something really bad was going on over there, and there was 20 or more gunshots ended up happening. I have pins dropped on a map about how far we were from where we think this was occurring. We didn't know what to do, and we had no service, so we're trying to report and see if anything had been reported about there.
Days later, Nick and Ted provide an update on what happened after their terrifying
let's find out.
in the woods.
So after that hunt, you can see we alerted proper authorities, and the days following that event, I had some contact with the state game warden, and they told me that they found nothing on this situation, and they went in there, and there was nothing to be found.
Even though Nick and Ted reported the disturbing incident and even provided GPS coordinates to local authorities, nothing was found at the site. There's absolutely no evidence that any kind of horrible event ever took place there.
I mean, it is days later, though.
It freaked us out, and we really got unsettled by it, and we weren't scared that someone wasn't coming after us, but we had heard something that it could have been. Your mind goes to think about what could that be, and I immediately go to worst case scenario.
So did Nick and Ted just hear someone having a random temper tantrum?
Probably.
Or a breakdown? Was it just someone freaking out and maybe just shooting guns at a tree stump?
How many bullets are in that gun?
Or was it something much more disturbing? You decide. For the full-length version of this video, be sure to check out the channel, The Hunt.
That's scary for a different reason, because that's actual humans, probably. Actually, humans you have to be scared of. Not like some sort of like fake ghost or some sort of, spiritual entity. That, someone running through the woods in that sort of a mood, shouting like that, and you hear the gunshots, I'd probably film for about 5 minutes and say, listen, mate, I'm going. Because if he takes a turn, whoever's shooting that gun, and comes towards us, we're in a standoff. Don't fancy getting shot today. Let's go back to the truck and ring the cops. Right, okay.
Hunting public. Shadow of a doubt. Now, I've covered the strange and creepy story of a woman named Rosanna in one of my previous videos. Rosanna lives in France in an apartment that she claims is intensely haunted by some mysterious dark entity. One night while she is home alone, she starts to hear strange sounds coming from her children's playroom. What she catches on camera is truly chilling.
Oh, we've seen this one as well. Seen this one as well. Just wants to play football. It's Toy Story. The drawers. Toy Story, this, isn't it? Is that not her own reflection? That's her, isn't it? That's her.
Toys in the playroom begin to move on their own, and as Rosanna goes to investigate, she notices something very strange. Did you
Everything else is not strange, is it not?
In the window reflection, the large shadowy figure of a man seems to be standing right behind
All
her.
right, okay.
But when she
it was
spins
too quick.
around, there's no one there. Rosanna sees the strange shadow behind her again in the reflection, but then the figure just disappears. Rosanna claims that this dark spirit has haunted her apartment for months, but she just can't afford to move out right now.
I would.
So is Rosanna being haunted?
I would live in a cardboard box on the street. If I was getting haunted like this.
By some evil entity? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
I know who it is. It's one of the members of that band called The Shadows. I hadn't seen that one before. I thought that was the one where the drawers kept opening. Mind you, when Nuke said he's covered this before, I think it was the same room. You know what I mean? I think it's the same apartment, but this time there's slightly different things happening.
Guide to the other side. A young woman named Diana posted a very disturbing video to Instagram. In the video, Diana and her brother are watching as the police arrive at a trailer at the edge of their property.
Okay.
The police are showing up for a wellness check after the sad, lonely man who rents the trailer has not been seen for weeks.
Hang on.
It turns out that the man had unfortunately passed away inside the trailer.
We've seen this.
This is the footage.
I'm
right there.
Yeah, we've seen this.
Wait, they're going up to Tom's place. So wait, you said the light wasn't off?
Yeah, exactly. And I knew that something was going on.
I think this was on Bizarre Bub's last video, wasn't
That's
it?
a lot of cops.
Holy shit, the hell? Oh my god, they're calling.
They're coming in here.
Are they calling somebody else?
Did you see it? Can you tell what it is yet?
What was Tom doing?
Is there like an app you can?
You saw it, Buzz, because you was looking for it. Because you knew.
Abby's okay.
She's still there. And now she's gone.
Did you see it?
Yes, twice.
A small shadow of a child can be seen lurking outside the trailer, seemingly lost and abandoned. But the police don't even notice, walking right by as if they can't even see the child. And then suddenly the small child shadow just disappears. Watch again.
That runs off.
The figure disappears into thin air right in front of the police, but they don't seem to see anyone.
Oh, you're saying yes to be on Bizarre Bub, yeah.
Out that there was another odd apparition in this video. Something that looks like the shadowy figure of a man standing in the trailer window.
Oh, nobody saw that last time.
A few days later, Diana and her father go to check out the trailer, and things get...
Bizarre Bub never pointed out that window. He only pointed out the little girl.
Really weird.
Oh my goodness.
But it smells horrible in there.
Oh my god. Jeez. Oh my god.
Was that it was a dead bird, weren't it?
What was that?
A crow.
Oh, jeez. Whoa. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, did this guy have a kid? What is this?
Yeah, this kid died too, like, I don't know, before.
Sad though, isn't it?
A long time ago.
It is sad that.
So first, Diana is terrified when a dead crow falls out of one of the cabinets, which seems odd as the man has only been deceased and out of the trailer for a few days. So how did the bird get there? But next, Diana sees a child's paintings on the refrigerator. Her dad tells her that the man had a horrible tragedy where his young daughter passed away many years ago at a very young age. But the man kept her drawings and mourned her for the rest of his life.
So sad that.
Descending into sorrow and alcoholism. So, is this childlike shadow figure the man's daughter coming back to meet him as he passes to the other side? What do you think? Mirror, mirror.
Yeah, that was a sad story. That I mean, I know it's a spooky one, and there's sightings of the girl and stuff. But I mean, when you strip the story down, it goes into the detail of like obviously he's lost his daughter first and stuff. You forget that it's supposed to be a spooky video. You know, you just like that's a shame.
By the online name Pixie Paranormal 1 is a psychic medium and paranormal investigator who has had quite a few strange experiences.
Not surprising, Ouija boards.
That could be supernatural.
What is this noise?
The showers aren't blink.
What is this noise?
And she has also experienced some scary incidents that are just a bit too real.
When the sun goes down.
Got a load of kids running around in here.
Oh, she's English.
That's a big ass dog.
It's a big ass dog.
That's a girl crying.
Yeah, they're from London, these guys. Fucking hell.
Can you hear that, guys? Hang on. Turn the lights off for a minute, people. Turn these lights off.
Yeah, in case we get done.
Turn these lights off. Hang on a minute, guys. We've got to turn these lights off. Turn the lights off. Turn that light off. Turn it off. I don't mind hunting ghosts, but it's the humans that worry me.
Yes.
Human beings freak me out.
But recently, Pixie Paranormal 1 had a very chilling experience right in her own home. She heard cracking sounds coming from her mirror, so she grabbed her phone and began.
She had cracking sounds coming from her mirror. What happened? Did she look in it? That was mean. Sorry.
Own home. She heard cracking sounds coming from her mirror, so she grabbed her phone and began to film. What happens next
is truly bizarre. Ah, I've got one right.
Look at my mirror. My mirror's cracking by itself.
What's happening? Wait, stop.
Harry, my mirror is cracking by itself.
It's cracked twice so far.
Cracking mirror.
I've no fucking idea.
There's too big.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
Alright, let's just carry on with it.
Stay there, don't go near it.
This way. I know. Mum,
They're playing Roblox.
There's a naughty mirror. Wait. Why is the mirror cracking?
I don't
Maybe the naughty 7.
The woman's mirror begins to break and crack all on its own right before her eyes. Even weirder, what looks like a strange misshapen face seems to appear in the slowly shattering mirror.
Oh, yeah?
So did one of the ghosts from Pixie's Paranormal Investigations
Probably
follow her home? Or just what do you think is happening
I
here?
mean, you can explain that with room temperatures. It was a glass cold and the room warm. I mean, there could be tension in that frame it's been doing it for ages, then suddenly it just cracks. You know what I mean? Don't know anything enough about physics and shit, but that'll be my guess.
Here. Scurry
videos. I like these.
And now again,
Let's
we
go.
end this video with clips that might seem a bit spooky at first, but nah. Case in point. Some Dutch urbex explorers are checking out an abandoned old building, and they find something absolutely terrifying.
No, they don't. It's a scary video. What was that? Run.
Now, honestly, squatters in an abandoned house are much more dangerous than...
Look at him hiding.
Also, did you notice that this guy's friend has on the same jacket as the squatter guy?
Yeah.
Truly bizarre.
Yeah. They both shop at Primark. If I was doing that ghost hunt and I knew it was with loads of my mates, and I went round the corner and there's a guy stood there, I'd gone, "You all right, mate? Do you live here? Are these all your bikes that you've stolen?"
And next up, a woman is chilled to her core as she wakes up to strange activity.
Go on.
Some unseen force seems to open and close the drawers in her bedroom.
They're like the drawers from The Exorcist. I think there's an animal in there. Looking in between, I think there's an animal.
But then it's just her cat stuck inside her wardrobe chest.
Pillock.
Look, there's his little head peeking out. And finally,
I saw the animal.
Pedro sees a very strange shadow of what seems to be a person who is just not there.
Get creepy.
And then Pedro realizes that he just has weirdly designed chairs. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please, if you want to be awesome. And
don't forget to subscribe to... It can't be the same person. That guy's got black shoes on, the other guy had like a lighter colour. If you like Nuke's Top 5, then go and... Well, it's not Top 5 anymore. It should be called Top 10. Go and subscribe to his channel. I mean, there were some good ones in there. There's some we've seen before, and there's still not one of them in there that I actually categorically believed. Apart from the arm tug on the one we've already seen. So the fact that it's called Scary Videos You Can't Unsee, well, that's probably because I've seen a couple of them twice. Anyway, what did you guys think of this reaction? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to check out the original video, and I'll see you next time.